Does anyone remember when Ryan Reynolds was not a free guy? I do. It was painful. What is up, good fans? Welcome back to my channel. Still on vacation, obviously, but we took time to go and see the brand new film, Free Guy. It's finally here after being delayed multiple times. I was excited for this. I need you guys in the comments down below. How did you feel about this movie? Did you enjoy it? And if you like these reviews, drop your thumbs up down below. I promise I'll be back home soon. Okay. So a bank teller called Guy realizes he is a background character in an open world video game called Free City that will soon go offline. And I didn't really know how to feel about this show, right? I knew part of it would be creative because it did feel kind of like a Truman Show, but in 2021. It revolves around a man whose entire life is a lie. And that's a very serious subject, but obviously instead of something a bit more serious, we're revolving around video games. And with that comes a lot of opportunity to appeal to the video game loving crowd, as well as providing entertainment for families. And this movie does a really good job of doing both. Not only do you get cool cameos from some big time actors that I didn't know who were in the movie and I was shocked to see them, but you also get some cameos from gamers. And I'm not as caught up in that world, but my brother was next to me going, oh, it's that guy and that guy. And I thought that was really cool. And a movie that can capture all of that, as well as give us a really Ryan Reynolds performance. And at this point, and I feel like I say this every movie, he does kind of the same thing. I mean, he's switching it up here and there, but he is playing a very similar character in this film. Am I tired of it yet? Not necessarily. I actually loved his humor in this film, what he provided, what Lil Rel Howery provided, absolutely hilarious. And then you have some other players, Joe Keery and Jodie Comer, who are just so good in their roles. And Jodie Comer, she may have stolen the entire show for me. Her character, what she's doing in and outside of the game is great. And that's kind of the world that we're living in here. We're focusing on the real world and the problems that are arising from this AI free guy, or guy, who is kind of going off the rails, and he's discovering there's more to life than just being the same dude, the same happy, cheery do-gooder. Well, he's still a do-gooder, but he starts to switch things up just a little bit, and certain people do not like that. And that includes Taika Waititi, who plays the villainous character in this movie. And I'll be honest, I love Taika. Everything he does. JoJo, one of my favorite movies that year, Thor Ragnarok, and then his characters, Korg and Hitler, and Jojo Rabbit. This was the first time where I was watching Taika Waititi and I said, I don't know if what you're doing is working entirely. And I understand, it's supposed to be annoying, supposed to be someone who gets under your skin, sure, but some of the humor didn't quite land with me, and I just didn't love a lot of the one-liners. So first time I felt that way, but you still love Taika Waititi for Taika. And that's what I can say about this entire film. Even though there are some great moments and scenes and jokes that land so well, there are other times where they may fall flat. And at points, they'll fall flat, and then there's a pause, and the entire theater's just kind of like, okay, well, let's get to the next thing. And most of the time, the next thing works. But the humor, at least personally, wasn't as consistent for me as it needed to be. And then you just have the consistency of the story. Sometimes you'll break away, get a little bit more emotional. And I don't know if the pacing worked throughout from start to finish, but I will say, when I was laughing, I was having a great time. And the movie continues to gain that momentum, and it is just hitting on a world that we're all so familiar with. And even though I don't play video games as much as I used to, I notice so many things. I mean, you gotta have the guy that's get down to the ground and teabagging the other guy. You're going to have these background characters say things that are hilarious. I mean, the lady who's looking for a cat. I thought that was funny. It's stupid, but it's funny. And then when Guy is motivating everyone at the end, it's like, hey, guys, we have to do this thing. We have to go on this mission. It's in the trailer. You see the responses and the reactions from all of these characters that you do have this affection for, and you build that affection, and the story does such a great job. And I have to give a shout out to a couple of people. Zach Penn, Matt Lieberman for writing the script, Sean Levy as our director from Stranger Things fame. See him bringing in Joe Keery. I just really like a lot of things about this movie. I had such a fun time while watching. And that's kind of what going to the movie theater is all about. I mean, sure, you can have your nitpicks and your criticisms, but just sitting back enjoying a movie full of explosions and shooting and all of these video game elements, the craziness happening in the background, but at the same time, you have a Ryan Reynolds sense of humor that stays so consistent from top to bottom. This fish out of water situation, even though at the beginning he's in the water, then he starts to become out of the water. Is a bad metaphor. Or is it a simile? It's a metaphor, right? So before I give you guys my score, I want to say thanks for watching and motivating me to do these reviews even on vacation. And if you like this video, drop your thumbs up down below. Free Guy is so genuine and fun. Even through all of the humor and action, it manages to maintain its heart. Not all of the jokes land, and I wasn't loving Waititi's performance, but Reynolds and Comer are excellent together. Video game fans will love this movie. I say it's worth a watch. I'm going to 74% with my score. Just a ton of fun and a lot to rave about when it comes to video game fans. I feel like they're going to watch this and love it and see all the little Easter eggs and the moments and the cameos and some of these cameos, guys. And just a couple of things at the end that I was watching, was not expecting. I'm like, oh, that's how that's possible. And it was fantastic. All right. I'm done talking about this. Thank you guys so much for watching. More reviews later on, and they're going to be right here in this seat. See you soon.